Hello children, how are you? Hope you all are fine. Welcome back to History Classroom. In the previous class we studied that the liberal educated middle class tried to abolish autocratic privileges. Today we are going to study about what did liberal nationalism stand for. Let us study in detail. What did liberal nationalism stand for? Or what do you mean by liberalism? Or how was Europe closely allied to the ideology of liberalism? Ideas of national unity in early 19th century Europe were closely allied to the ideology of liberalism. The term liberalism derived from the Latin word liber meaning free. Socially, for the new middle classes, liberalism stood for freedom for the individual and equality before law. So, what is the meaning of liberalism in the social sphere? Freedom for the individual and equality before law. Politically, liberalism emphasized the concept of government by consent. So, what is the meaning of liberalism in the political sphere? The concept of government by consent, meaning a constitution and representative government through parliament. Since French Revolution, liberalism meant for the end of autocracy and privileges, but a constitution and representative government through parliament. Next one, economically, liberalism meant for freedom of market and abolition of state-imposed restriction on the movement of goods and capital. Do you know, during that time, when a merchant moved from one place to another, he had to pay the taxes. Okay, so they found it difficult to pay. During the 19th century, this was a strong demand of the emerging middle class. So what was the strong demand of the emerging middle class during the 19th century? Economically or in economic sphere, freedom of market and abolition of state-imposed restriction on the movement of goods and capital. Dear children, what do you mean by liberalism? The word liberalism derived from the Latin word liber meaning free. Socially, for the new middle class, the liberalism emphasized freedom for the individuals and equality before law. Politically, the liberalism emphasized the government by consent, means parliamentary form of government. Economically, the liberalism emphasized freedom of the market and abolition of state-imposed restriction on the movement of goods and capital from one region to another. Equality before the law did not necessarily stand for universal suffrage in Europe. Explain. What is the meaning of this sentence? All the people did not get the right to vote. Some people only got the right to vote. Explain. The new middle class advocated the concept of liberalism and they emphasized the concept of freedom and equality for all that we studied. But this was not visible in Europe. The right to vote and to get elected was granted to property-owned men. Those who are having property, those who are very rich, they only got the right to vote. Men without property and all women were excluded from right to vote. Who were excluded from right to vote? Men without property and all women were excluded from right to vote. The Jacobin Club also granted right to vote to all adult men population only. Napoleonic Code limited suffrage and reduced the status of women to minor. Napoleonic Code also limited the suffrage, means equal right to vote, okay, and reduced the status of women to the minor. For long, the women and non-propertied men organized opposition movement demanding equal political rights. So all the people did not get the right to vote in Europe. Who were the people got the right to vote? Okay, rich people only got the right to vote. Men without property and all women did not get the right to vote. Jacobin Club also granted right to vote to all adult men population only. Napoleonic Code also limited the suffrage. Dear children, next one, the obstacles faced by the commercial class for the economic exchange. What were the obstacles faced by the business class for the economic exchange? What conditions were viewed as obstacles to the economic exchange and growth? Dear children, tell me, what was the strong demand of educated middle class? To abolish state-imposed restriction on the movement of goods and capital, right? During that time, Germany consisted of a confederation of 39 states. Each state had its own currency, weight and measures. So, Germany consisted of how many states? 39 states. Each state had its own currency, weight and measures. So, a merchant traveling from Hamburg to Nuremberg to sell his goods had to pass 11 custom barriers and had to pay 5% as custom tax. For example, when a merchant crossed one by one state, he had to pay 11 custom barriers and had to pay 5% as custom tax. Taxes were levied or imposed according to the weight and measurement of the goods. Each region had its own system of weight and measures, so that this involved time-consuming calculation. Each region had its own weight and measures. So, for calculating the weight and measures of their goods, it is time-consuming. For example, the measure of cloth was calculated as ella, which in each region stood for different length. An ella in Frankfurt would get you 54.7 centimeter of cloth, but in Mainz 55.1 centimeter, in Nuremberg 65.6 centimeter, in Freiburg 53.5 centimeter. So this type of different weight and measurement involves time-consuming calculation. Okay, these were the obstacles faced by the commercial class for the economic exchange. Dear children, next one, what was Zollverein? Zollverein was a custom union formed in 1834 with the initiative of Prussia. Later, it was joined by most of the German states. Who initiated to form the Zollverein custom union? Prussia. What was the aim of the Zollverein? So, what was Zollverein? It was a custom union. What was the aim of Zollverein? It abolished tariff barriers, means custom barriers, and reduced the number of currencies from 30 to 2. A network of railways were created. These were the aims of Zollverein. So, what was Zollverein? It was a custom union formed in 1834 with the initiative of Prussia. Later, it was joined by other German states. Dear children, today we studied about the meaning of liberalism in the social, political and economic sphere, various obstacles faced by the commercial class for the economic exchange, and the features of Zollverein. I hope you understood this topic very well. URL related to this topic is attached. Watch the URL. Notes and test questions are also attached. Complete your notes and attend the test paper. We can meet in the next session. Bye.